So we were doing some number crunching here on Tech Today, and we also got this timely Counterpoint research report telling us about what's happening with the tech and smartphone space here in India. Interesting findings. First of all, Xiaomi reclaims top spot with an 18.9% shipment share. Right, so they're right up on top when you talk about what's happening in 2024. And then you also have an interesting stat about Nothing being the fastest growing brand in the first half of 2024. And hear this. MediaTek led India's smartphone chipset market with a 54% share. Now, why is this interesting? Because a couple of days ago, I caught up with a very special guest from Taiwan, Dr. Mike Chang of MediaTek, to understand how they've managed to innovate and really close the gap with Qualcomm. A few years ago, it was, well, Qualcomm leading the space when you talk about mobile chipsets. But now MediaTek has come in and completely changed everything. In India, it's more than 54% market share. Globally as well, it's more than 40% market share. Nearly twice as much as Qualcomm, which was the OG when it came to chipsets. So things have changed when it comes to innovation, when it comes to branding, when it comes to connected ecosystems. I want to understand what they're doing in the automotive space. Is ADAS something that is coming to India? Are they really collaborating with Indian partners? And most importantly, where does AI feature in all of this? Here's a snippet from that special conversation. Now, to demystify what MediaTek has announced here in India, especially in the auto space, I have a special guest with me, Dr. Mike Chang. What a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Really, the big blockbuster announcement has been in auto.
Yeah.
And if you could just take us through how this auto platform that has been announced over here can be a game changer for India.
Yeah, I think first of all, India is a land of opportunity, a lot of things happening that's growing fast. I think MediaTek, we have a lot of successful product in consumer, mobile phone, TV, and a lot of streaming devices. But also we are doing very good in automotive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Today here we announced, two-wheeler with the Geo, and also four-wheeler products with the cockpit, telematics, PMIC, and also Wi-Fi and Bluetooth that also needed in a car. I think that's we provide not only the good hardware, but software scalability. So that's very important for the automotive industry. Yeah.
Mike, do you think when we talk about smart cockpits and the future of smart cockpits, can you paint a picture and tell us how will these particular platforms and cockpits get smarter with every edition or every update?
Well, that's $1 million question. I think first of all, I think that it has to be connected. So you get to the clouds, to the infrastructure. That's how telematics work. But inside the car, you have to be smart, intelligent, improve, for example, human-machine interface, how the car can understand you better. Another, the in-cabin user experience with a wide panel, so you can enjoy it. Maybe in the future, it's also entertainment. You can enjoy streaming, gaming inside. And also in the future, with the GAI, LLM coming into place, we can expect a lot of more new, innovative user experience you can enjoy in your car.
And with this platform, I'd imagine, especially what's happening with NVIDIA globally now, there has to be stuff that you're integrating with AI into what you're doing in auto as well?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen a lot of GAI LLM application. During the past 10 years, we see from AlexNet, transformer-based, ChatGPT. So the model is becoming better and better. So how our product can use the latest, the best model, large language model, and also application landing fast. I think NVIDIA, the CUDA system is one of the best ecosystem. So that's why we work with NVIDIA in our cockpit to use the ecosystem of CUDA and the GPU flexibility to provide a novel, innovative user experience.
Now that we're talking about AI meeting automotive, what is the future? There are some automotive companies like Volkswagen around the world with the ID that have launched ChatGPT integration. I think Mercedes is working on it as well. Tesla has its own system working for it. But when you look at this space, do you think that open sourcing is the way forward? Because that's the conversation in AI right now.
Well, open source is a way that it takes some time, always the case. I think people will imagine that this software can be portable from one OEM vendor to another easily. I think that's a good idea. But at the same time, I think each OEM want to develop their own differentiation. So they want to create their own difference. So I think that something will go in between that open system and also unique differentiation. But I believe that in the future, I think there will be some software area will be open source. There will be some area that differentiated only by proprietary system. So they should be some difference.
Automation in terms of ADAS systems is growing in leaps and bounds. There's also regulation that needs to support it. Here in India, we have a bunch of cars that have level 2 ADAS. But how far are we from complete automation, from driverless cars?
I think that if you go from L1 to L2, we call the highway navigation. And so when you go to urban, it gets more complicated because different road condition in different country, road sign, environment. So how to interact, how to have the right prediction.
Right.
That's also complicated. And it takes time for this ADAS situation, autonomous driving. The most important thing is that corner cases. Corner cases, you don't meet that often in road, right? But once it happens, how do you handle that? So it takes in the future that a lot of data training in the clouds. You don't want to test it in the real road. You want to test it in the cloud data center to make sure all the corner cases can be resolved under your software. I think that it's a dream certainly will come true.
What a pleasure it's been to have you here in India on our show Tech Today. And maybe the next time we do this in a driverless car.
Yeah, looking forward to that together.